Hold up. Did you hear that Irvine might get gondolas and a dim sum grocery paradise? This city is changing fast, and if you live here or are planning to buy, you need to know what's coming.
From massive new housing plans to a supermarket that's got foodies buzzing and a cemetery proposal that had residents packing City Hall, these updates could reshape everything.
And some of these moves could boost home values. Others, well, let's just say they sparked a lot of debate.
So grab your coffee, or your boba, or your tea, and let's break down the 5 biggest changes happening in Irvine right now.
Welcome to Living in Irvine OC, the channel where we talk about what it's really like to live, breathe, and buy real estate in one of the most desirable cities in Southern California.
We're local agents and residents here, and we're here to give you the real scoop on what's happening in Irvine, from housing trends to hidden gems and everything in between.
So whether you're moving in 9 days or 90 days, we're here to help you make the right move at the right time. Reach out anytime. We'd love to chat and help you get started.
All right, let's dive right into what's new in Irvine this month. First off, food, because who doesn't love food, especially delicious food? Irvine is getting its very first T&T Supermarket, a massive and popular Asian grocery chain from Canada.
Yep, back there. And this isn't just any supermarket. It has a full dim sum restaurant, fresh bakery, Chinese and Taiwanese snacks, the works.
And it'll anchor a brand new retail hub called The Canopy at the Great Park, a 12-acre lifestyle center with chef-driven restaurants and boutique shops.
This is huge for Great Park residents and home values. Expect more foot traffic, higher demand, and shorter drives to satisfy your food cravings.
So let's go over the pros and cons of the Canopy coming in.
Number 1, convenience. Residents in Great Park and Portola Springs won't need to drive out to the Spectrum or Woodbury for groceries or dinner anymore.
Exactly. Walkable amenities, that's a game changer. It gives the community a true town center, something Great Park's always been needing.
And 2, community space. This isn't just shopping, it's built to be a hangout spot, a place to gather, bump into neighbors, or enjoy events. It's giving neighborhood energy.
Number 3, jobs and local business growth. It's gonna bring employment opportunities plus exposure for local vendors and brands. It's great for the economy.
4, we love a glow up. They're reusing Hangar 244 as a food hall. It's like history meets foodie heaven.
But let's keep it real. Not everyone is thrilled about it. Let's talk about the cons because nothing is perfect.
First, traffic. You bring in more people, you're gonna bring in more cars.
Yep.
Expect congestion, especially on weekends.
Yeah, and parking better be well thought out or it's gonna get really messy fast.
Second, construction fatigue. Noise, dust, detours, you know the drill. If you live nearby, pace yourself.
Third, some folks worry it's gonna get way too commercial. Like, are we building a neighborhood or a shopping center or...
And last, there's always the risk of pushing out smaller local businesses if rent spikes. Hopefully there's a good balance of big names and indie spots. Next up, a major win for local voices. Irvine residents showed up in droves at City Hall to speak out against a proposed veterans cemetery in Great Park.
Many voiced concerns about its location being too close to the schools and the homes. The City Council voted no and reaffirmed the support for the alternative site in Anaheim Hills.
It was a strong reminder of how engaged Irvine residents are and how civic decisions directly impact our neighborhoods and property values.
All right, next we're gonna dive into the pros and cons of one of the most debated proposals in Irvine, which is the cemetery, and why it got shut down hard.
Yeah, the community had a lot to say about this one. We're talking veterans honor, land use, schools, property values. It was a heated one.
Let's break it down, starting with the reason some folks were in favor of the cemetery.
Number 1, honoring veterans. A cemetery would have given local families a dignified, close-by space to honor those who served.
Right, and for many, this was about doing the right thing with public land, and it carried emotional weight and symbolism.
And number 2, the location. Being in the center of Irvine would have made it visible and respected, not hidden away, but integrated into the city.
And number 3, momentum and funding. There was money lined up from the state, and some believed delaying it would further only raise costs.
But let's be real, the opposition was strong, and here's why a lot of residents pushed back.
First, land use. People move to the Great Park and are expecting parks, trails, and a community space, not a cemetery. just doesn't match the original vision.
Second, it was near a school. Cadence Park K through 8 is right there, and residents were concerned about ceremonial gun salutes, traffic, and just the general vibe.
Third, financial concerns. The plan would have used Melrose taxes from Great Park owners. A lot of folks said, wait, why are we footing the bill?
Fourth, there's already a cemetery site. Gypsum Canyon in Anaheim has been funded and approved with over $50 million ready to go. It's a done deal, so this plan felt redundant.
And here's something that hits home for most of us realtors: cultural beliefs. In many communities, it's considered bad luck to live near a cemetery. That perception does impact buyer behavior and in turn, your home values.
Yep, we both had clients express this concern, and within Asian American communities, it's not just a superstition, it's fact that it will affect home value.
Now let's talk about what went down at the most recent city council meeting.
Over 130 residents showed up to speak, and the majority were firmly against the park. They voiced concerns about land use, schools, tax use, etc.
And the result, the city council voted 4-3 against building the cemetery at the Great Park.
So what's going in that space instead?
The city's now planning a memorial garden to honor veterans, so the tribute still exists, but it won't be a cemetery. There's also talk about community library coming into that spot as well.
Honestly, that feels more in line with the vision for Great Park: inclusive, usable, and peaceful, without long-term issues that would have come with a full-scale cemetery.
You'll want to keep an eye on this. The Irvine Company is planning thousands of new homes across the city. Here at UCI, they've proposed 2,500 new units with phase 1 already underway.
And in the Irvine Spectrum District, the Oak Creek Golf Course could soon become a master plan village with 3,000 homes.
Plus, in Newport Center, I know that's Newport Beach, they're adding another 1,500 units, all part of a strategic move to ease the housing shortage while enhancing infrastructure and the green space.
For homeowners, this can mean rising comps and better neighborhood amenities.
Definitely. Let's break it down. What are the pros and cons of these massive housing plans?
First off, addressing housing demand. Irvine and Newport Beach are under pressure to meet state housing mandates. These developments could significantly contribute to that goal. For instance, the 2,500 units near UCI are part of the city's efforts to meet its housing needs.
Absolutely. Plus, the plans include affordable housing units. The UCI project, for example, proposes 206 affordable units for very low and moderate income households with affordability maintained for 75 years.
Not to mention the community benefits. The Oak Creek project offers a new school, parks, and even a library. These additions enhance the quality of life for residents.
Plus, the economic boost. Construction jobs, increased local spending, and a broader tax base can invigorate the city's economy.
On the flip side, there's the strain on infrastructure. More residents mean more traffic, crowded schools, and pressure on public services. The city needs to ensure that infrastructure keeps pace.
Then there's the environmental impact. Replacing green spaces like the Oak Creek Golf Course with housing can affect local ecosystems and reduce recreational areas.
Also, the community's character might change. Rapid development can lead to a loss of unique identity of neighborhoods, making them feel more generic.
And as realtors, we can't ignore the market saturation risk. An oversupply of housings could stabilize or even lower property values, affecting current homeowners.
It's a complex situation. The Irvine Company's plans could alleviate housing shortages and bring economic benefits, but on the other hand, it could also pose challenges that need careful consideration.
Agreed 1,000%. As realtors and community members, it's crucial to stay informed and involved in these developments. The future of our region depends on balanced growth that respects both the needs of new residents and the integrity of existing communities.
This one's no surprise to locals. Irvine has been officially ranked number 2 best park system in the entire US by the 2025 Park Score Index.
This isn't just about fun and fitness. Proximity to parks is a huge factor in home value and buyer interest.
Let's break down the pros and cons of this ranking.
First up, exceptional park access. According to the Park Score Index, 94% of Irvine residents live within a 10-minute walk of a park, which is well above the national average.
That's impressive. Plus, Irvine earned a perfect score for investment with $681 spent per capita annually on publicly accessible parks and recreation, ranking amongst the highest nationwide.
Not to mention the amenities. Irvine boasts 459 basketball hoops, 220 playgrounds, 25 senior and recreation centers, and 184 public restrooms citywide.
It's a mouthful. And let's not forget about the great part, the largest municipal park under development in the nation, which continues to expand and offer new facilities for the community.
While the ranking is fantastic, it's essential to consider some challenges. Maintaining such a high level of investment, 681 per capita, requires ongoing funding and resources, which could be impacted by economic fluctuations.
Good point. Additionally, with Irvine's rapid growth and development, there's a need to ensure that new neighborhoods continue to have the same level of park access and amenities to maintain equity across the city.
Also, as the city expands, balancing urban development with the preservation of open spaces and natural habitats become increasingly complex.
Overall, Irvine's #2 ranking is a significant accomplishment, reflecting the city's dedication to creating a livable and sustainable environment for its residents.
Absolutely. And it's a model for other cities aiming to enhance their park system and promote community well-being as well. Yep, you heard that right. Irvine is exploring a gondola system, like the ski lift kind that helps move people around the sprawling great park.
It's called Whoosh, and it would offer electric on-demand rides from one end of the park to the other.
Besides sounding futuristic and kind of fun, it would reduce car traffic and boost accessibility, a win for future development.
Let's break it down for our viewers.
First up, innovative transportation. The Whoosh system, proposed by Swift Cities, aims to provide an on-demand electric-powered transit option that can ferry visitors across the expansive 1,300-acre park, reducing the reliance on cars within the park.
Exactly. The system is designed to be elevated, allowing it to bypass traditional pedestrian obstacles, making it easier for visitors to access various parts of the park without contributing to ground-level congestion.
Plus, Swift Cities is offering a one-year trial period worth around $10 million in equipment and services, including 8 gondolas operating between 2 stations connecting key areas like the visitor center and a planned retail facility.
However, there are some concerns. One major issue is the lack of transparency. Reports indicate that contracts worth $700,000 were signed without public knowledge, leading to questions about the decision-making process.
That's right. Critics also point out that Swift Cities is an unproven startup with no operational gondola systems currently in place, raising doubts about the feasibility and reliability of the project.
Additionally, some residents feel that the gondola system might serve more as a tourist attraction rather than a practical transit solution, especially since it doesn't integrate with the city's broader transportation network.
That's right. So, while the Whoosh aerial gondola proposal offers an innovative approach to park transportation, it's essential to weigh the benefits against the concerns raised by the community.
Absolutely. It's a conversation worth having, and we encourage our viewers to share their thoughts in the comments below. So whether it's better grocery options, protected open space, or futuristic public transport, these updates show that Irvine isn't slowing down anytime soon.
So what do you think? Which of these changes are you most excited about? What are the pros and cons of each? Let us know in the comments.
And if you're curious how any of these updates could impact your home's value or your next move, we'd love to help. Our contact information is in the description below.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us for more updates about living in Irvine, OC. See you next time.